Oh, hey, I'm just hanging out over here with my new face tattoos. How are you today? Yeah, so I just flooded my kitchen. I don't know if I don't know if the comments still show up after the live video, like on the, if you like are rewatching it. I put in the comments that I'll be right there. I flooded my kitchen. Sorry. Um, yeah, so that's the kind of shit that happens when you're focused on your third eye and you're not grounded, just so you know. I honestly have no idea. Apparently I have like two separate sinks in my kitchen and we don't use one of them. We just use it as like a draining, like like we have a dish rack in there for drying the dishes. And apparently that side of the sink doesn't drain or is clogged, like totally clogged, like no water is going down it. So I was trying to fill up something and it overflowed and then it just wasn't draining. So now I have to figure that out. Today was supposed to be this like really fun, lazy, spiritual day. I was going to catch up on some online classes and I was going to talk to you guys about the third eye and just kind of chill and hang out. But it ended up being I was like working all morning, like doing paperwork and not filling out my schedule, closing my schedule because I'll be closed for a little bit longer than I anticipated. And then my sink flooded. So it's not a very fun day. Yeah. So I had these, just so you know, the world of temporary tattoos has well improved since the last time I have done a temporary tattoo. I've got some on my hands. After I took a shower this morning, I put these on and was gonna meditate and like do some yoga and so that I'd be all chill and relaxed when I came to talk to you about third eye. But instead, shit hit the fan. I feel like a goofball anyways with this thing on my head. I can't wait for my husband to come home and see what he says. He's gonna be like, you need to get back to work like now. Like, yeah. So I also like in getting ready for today, I knew that I like I had mentioned the other day about being confused about the colors of the chakras because I had always thought that your throat was blue and then your third eye was purple and then the top of your head was white. I don't know if things have changed since I studied the chakra system like 10 years ago or whatever. So yeah, I'm kind of confused about that actually. So like the color shirt that I was wearing yesterday, like a lighter blue, is the throat chakra. So that was perfect. And then the third eye chakra is like a darker blue. Like even like there's a bunch of different blues on this shirt, but like even like the darkest dark of it. Which makes sense because of the third eye stones that we'll be talking about today, but I really didn't know that. And then purple and white is associated with the crown chakra, which we'll talk about tomorrow. So yeah, I've always really kind of thought of the third eye as being purple, but oh well, you learn something new every day. Yeah. So your third eye is located literally like as if you had three eyes. The whole reason I did the temporary tattoos is because I thought that there was one that like would go right there on my third eye, but it didn't. So it ends up as like a headband thing. Um, so your third eye kind of is like your throat chakra is like speaking your truth, and your third eye is like seeing the truth. Um, I feel like it's something that we don't really pay attention to that often. I think a lot of focus is on spirituality is your crown, but your third, like we all have psychic abilities. We all can kind of sense different people, like different energies, other people's energies. And so that, I mean, that's all coming from your third eye. I decided to keep my fingers green. I was going to do them blue, but the green is holding up really well. So I just kept it on there from the heart chakra. And one way to bring attention to your third eye is to actually physically touch it and massage it. Um, I love facial massage. I don't do it that often just because it's time consuming. But you can do it yourself. I was going to like especially around the third eye area because your sinuses are all through there, and you just kind of put a little bit of pressure on there and slide your hands. You usually don't need any oil, especially like I have a little bit of moisturizer on. You feel silly doing it because you're like changing, and all I'm doing is really touching my face. Oh, and we're not supposed to be touching our face right now. But I mean, if you know your hands are clean, or like you've just washed your face and you want to put, you're putting moisturizer on, it's a good way. Like my cheeks tend to be a little drier, so I could use some lubrication right here, but most people have jaw tension in here. So just, I'm barely putting pressure. It looks like a lot because my skin is moving a lot, but it's not. Just a little bit of pressure. Like every night when you wash your face, it's a really good idea to give yourself a little facial massage. And you'll feel the tension, the difference between like right where your ears are and then down to where your mouth is. um, Actually, it connects down here, but this muscle in your jaw is really tight on most people. If you grind your teeth at night, you probably have a lot of tension right in here. Um, I have a lot of tension in here. I don't think I grind my teeth, but I think I clench my teeth at night. Um, but that's only because my husband's never said like, "Ew, you were grinding your teeth last night." Because I've heard him grind his teeth. I think I just clench my jaw, and I clench my jaw when I'm stressed out too, and hold my breath. So like, just remember to breathe. And if you have a headache, this is a really good one. You can even just follow your brow line. Your brow line is not always going to be where your eyebrows are, like where the hair is. Sometimes it's usually actually a little bit underneath, and you can just do like little compression dots with your finger. That feels good and helps. And even just holding right here at the bridge of your nose and putting a little bit of pressure on it is going to, I'm trying to do it so that you can see, but so that I'm not covering my mouth and you can hear me too. So just holding this, and if you have a headache, especially a sinus headache, this is good. And that's when the compression is good, when you have a sinus headache, because you might not want to put like a broad pressure on your sinuses if you have a sinus headache, because there's so much inflammation there, so it might be uncomfortable or painful. So that's when the compression is kind of nice. You're just like gently pressing down along your nasal cavity, along your cheekbones, and it's activating your third eye, by going in the center there, like as if you're petting a cat, like the bridge of the nose of a cat, and you can go above your eyebrows. And activating your third eye before you go to sleep will possibly enhance your dreams. So that's another way to activate and connect, is to really pay attention to your dreams. Keep a dream journal next to your bed. I know some people nowadays, instead of having to get out a pen and paper and write your dreams, like if you wake up in the middle of the night, like, oh, I had this crazy dream, and you try to write it down and you are barely awake and can't do it. I know some people now use their phones and just type something really quick, or even record something. That's even easier to just hit record and, oh, this crazy thing happened in my sleep. Because I never remember my dreams, and I'd always try to get in the practice of remembering them. The tea I'm drinking today is actually lavender for the crown chakra, because I've gotten myself totally confused. It's almost like I've just blended the crown chakra and the third eye chakra together. So I was pulling out my amethyst, which is purple, and getting ready, and I was like, wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm talking about the third eye today. But I would go ahead and say that lavender is something good to drink to activate your third eye, because you're relaxing the body and calming the mind with lavender. So I'm drinking lavender tea anyways. And one of the herbs that activates the third eye is cypress, the cypress tree. So this is a cypress bundle. I've lit it plenty of other times in these videos. So it's a cypress tree, like an evergreen tree, and supposedly cypress trees encircled the Oracle of Delphi. And Cypress is supposed to enhance wisdom and intuition, which is all about the third eye. And it's like wisdom, not just knowledge or being smart. It's just seeing the truth and able to see the big picture. It's not necessarily accumulating knowledge. It's wisdom, meaning a very balanced view of the world, I guess. It's kind of hard to describe, but being able to see the big picture of situations and not getting wrapped up in your head and your ego, seeing clearly, and also seeing different energies and other dimensions and psychic abilities is all activated in your third eye. So I use cypress a lot in massage, the essential oil, because it is good for muscle cramps as well. So again, in calming the body and the mind, you're going to be able to activate your intuition and see more clearly. But it's specifically good for muscle cramps, as skeletal muscle and also smooth muscle. So it's in a menstrual cramp blend that I use, and it's also just good for soothing muscle cramps. It increases circulation. It's good for rheumatism, but specifically it relieves nervous tension and reduces stress. It's as well as smooth muscle and menstrual cramps. It's going to help with menopausal symptoms. So it has an effect on the hormonal system as well. It's a very grounding herb too, which I was kind of surprised. I talked about cypress in the root chakra, so I was surprised that this was the number one third eye herb. Another one is mugwort, and mugwort is a really bitter herb, so I don't really have experience taking it internally. I know a lot of people do, and it is in dream teas. But I myself, because it's so bitter, it's not something that I've really had experience with. I typically dry mugwort and put it in dream pillows and put it under your pillow to enhance your dreams. So I kind of use it energetically that way. But you can drink it. It is safe to drink. It might upset your stomach a little bit if you have a high acid production in your stomach, because it's just going to increase that acid production because of its bitterness and bile production. I'm still not drinking enough water these days, and I know today if I don't drink water and talking about the third eye and doing third eye work, I know I'm going to feel like crap tomorrow. So I think after I do this, I'll start a water challenge. If anybody wants to join me, you're supposed to drink half of your body weight in water every day. I don't have a scale and I don't know how much I weigh, but this is 64 ounces. So I try whenever I'm like trying to make sure I drink water, I drink one of these plus like I have like this is a 32 ounce. So I do like 75, I guess is what I shoot for, which is a lot. And I've been really struggling with it lately. I've never had a problem drinking water, and I don't know why this not working thing has really slowed down how much I'm eating and how much I'm drinking too. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I can see eating, like not working and not being as physically active as I usually am to not have as much of an appetite and not need like that nutrition. But I don't know why I'm not drinking water. I like freak out when I don't have enough water. So I don't know why. So having a large container like this, I think I got it on Amazon like years and years ago. Actually, this is my husband's. I used to have another one for me because I have always been like a water pusher. I'm like, drink your water, drink your water. So just this large container helps me know, like, at least if I finish drinking this, then I know like at dinner time to have an extra glass just to get to the 75 is what I'm shooting for. But it's nice just to be able to eyeball it instead of, I don't know, if I use like a 32 ounce cup or like a water bottle, I'm like counting 8 water bottles a day is just too too much for me. So again, like this, like as we're getting into the higher chakras, just drink your water. It's almost like you might get a headache tomorrow, especially with working with the third eye. And remember to just do those um, facial massages to help relieve some of that tension. Drink water to flush, to like get energy moving, and um, peppermint is also good for headaches if you're getting um, headaches because of energy work. And sleeping. Just if you are like totally drained, take a nap. So I finally get to talk about this stone. This is lapis lazuli, and it is the #1 third eye stone. I was just hanging out in here today again because I was lazy and didn't want to set up anywhere else. But this is so cool. It actually has a little chamber inside that you can keep essential oils in. There's not a lot that can fit in there, but it's really nice to have. I think it's so cool. And it has an ankh inscribed on it, and which is the symbol of life. And I bought this right after my cat Cleopatra died. And this came with a bottle of perfume that was called Cleopatra. And I was like, oh my God, that like, what are the odds of like having that show up right after she passed away? So I never wear it because I'm not really a gold person, despite what my flash tattoos say about me. So I was so excited to wear it yesterday, and now I'm wearing it again today because I never wear it. But a lapis lazuli is associated with Cleopatra. It is mined in Egypt still, I think, is where we get most of our lapis from. But she specifically mined a lot of it and used it for jewelry. And she also would grind it up and use the powder as eyeliner, which is kind of interesting. I think she did the same with malachite as well, which was the really dark green one that I showed you during the heart chakra video. So it kind of mimics the night sky. I have some other pieces here. It's a really dark blue, but then it has gold specks in it. And there's another third eye stone that's very similar to lapis. It's like almost identical in color. And I thought I had some to show you the difference, but the lapis has the gold specks, and then sodalite is the other stone that almost looks identical, but it has white specks instead of the gold. But these I know are actual lapis because I purchased them specifically because I was looking for lapis. And it helps you on your spiritual journey. It's also the stone that Persephone supposedly took with her into the underworld for protection. It helps you with confidence and self-esteem, and it helps your soul's journey. So it's again relating to the mythology of Persephone going through the underworld is when you're um, doing spiritual work and going through something traumatic, which traumatic events usually force you to change spiritually and emotionally. It is there to protect you, but it's also to help you through that so that you like get to the other side safely. And it's kind of like an initiation, like the death, rebirth, spirit, like shedding your old self and rebirthing of the new self, and to help in that transition and initiation. Um, and it's I found a quote that I thought was kind of interesting. It said, "What is below what is below is reflection of what is above." So kind of that heaven and earth balance in the third eye is kind of helps you to see that realm, to see that spiritual side of the world and connect it to your earthly life, so that you're able to see both sides of the picture, to see the big picture, if that makes sense. um, and again, sodalite is also a third eye stone. Another one that I have here is labradorite, which is not blue, but it does have these. It does have these. Oh, there we go. Like these blue-green rainbows in it. It's very pretty. It's like a dark gray almost. But yeah, it's almost like a. Oh, I have it. Where'd it go? Here we go. It almost looks like fish scales or like mermaid scales, because mermaids are real. Oh man. Yeah, it's really pretty. I love this. This was one of the first palm stones that I had intended to use for massage, but then I just ended up sleeping with it because it does help enhance your dreams and connects you to your spiritual power. It's supposed to be good to lay it on your third eye to help connect you to your spiritual side. It balances rational thought with inner knowing. It's also a hormonal imbalancer and relieves PMS. And it also connects you with your higher purpose. I should have just glued this to my face. How do you like? Oh, you can see the rainbows now. It's really pretty. It's one of my husband's favorite stones. So he doesn't mind that I sleep with it sometimes. Oh, man. Yeah, I've definitely lost my mind. I can't wait to see what he says about. Maybe he won't even notice about my new face tattoo. um, so the solfeggio frequency for the third eye is 852 hertz, and it is note A. So I've got some playing on YouTube. Again, you can find those, and this one is, I think, like 4 hours, 9 hours. I don't know. Can't remember. Yeah, 4 hours. I think the one I found yesterday was 9 hours. Yeah, so again, that'd be a really good one to play while you're sleeping, because it'll probably enhance your dreams. And I think it also like helps um, translate your subconscious or other dimensional things or spiritual side. Like like knowing and sensing things, but then just not understanding what they are. So that's why it's like it's good to um, pay attention to your dreams. So like paying attention to your third eye will help you translate what's going on in your subconscious, which is what's happening when you're dreaming. If that makes sense. The higher up on the chakras we get, the more it's like, am I making sense? Does this make sense? Like putting your feet in the dirt and grounding makes sense. Like we can do that. We live on the earth. We can put our feet in the ground. But connecting to the other side, it's like how it's just unexplored territory for the most part. Ooh, and I've got a new tarot deck or oracle deck got today. Oh, another quote that I came across was close your eyes so that you can see. And so I'm going to be pulling from, actually, I haven't used this deck in a really long time, so I'm going to smudge it first. If I do readings for other people, sometimes their energy gets stuck in there. So I don't remember the last time I did this one. So I'm just going to, you can cleanse your decks by putting them out in the sun, or you can smudge them with sage smudge sticks like you would cleanse yourself or like any other object. I just kind of pulled it underneath there until it starts like creeping up the sides, around the sides. And this deck is called Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. So that's why I picked it for today, because it's supposed to connect you to your subconscious or on a subconscious level. And this is by the same Collette Reid, the same author that did the animal oracle deck that I used yesterday. Man, I really wanted to focus on the third eye all day today, but now I just keep thinking, oh shit, I gotta figure out how to unclog the sink right now. That means I might have to go to the freaking store and get some like Drano or something. And I've got this thing on my face, on my forehead. Oh, I thought I wasn't gonna have to go out. Oh man. And I really wanted to, I'm like it's almost May and I haven't done, I think I've only done one of the 4 online classes for April. So I was planning on just chilling out and watching classes today. It's already kind of late. I mean, I thought I would at least have one class in before I got on here. Maybe I can plunge the sink and not have to go get Drano. Or maybe we have Drano. I think we have some weird enzyme thing that you're supposed to pour down every once in a while that like eats stuff. Okay, what messages do the wisdom of the hidden realms have for us today? Hopefully it has nothing to do about flooding or sinks. The hungry ghosts. Interesting. It says obsessions, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. Those don't look like ghosts. Those look like cute little fairy ladies. I'm scared what it's gonna say. How did I do this yesterday? How did I do this yesterday? See, can you tell how ungrounded I am? When I focus on the third eye, I'm like all over the place because I'm already like hanging out up here. What number? 14. I think she incorporates numerology with this deck as well. I'm not sure because they all are numbered. Interesting. Okay, so when hungry ghosts appear on your path, they may not at first seem like allies because they represent your constant focus on the past and the consuming desire to know the future, which rob you of your true present. But in fact, they are here in the service of alerting you to obsessive thinking and addictions. They are masters at magnifying repetitive behaviors. Interesting. The message is for you to examine whether you're doing the same thing over and over while expecting the same result. This time will be different, and I have control over this. Are false statements and a sign of denial of the truth. Now is the time to let go of that thinking, surrender your will, your life, your heart's desires, and all that pains you to the divine. Order will be restored in your world. Hungry ghosts also bring understanding about the distractions of life that seduce you into forgetting what you really desire. They're asking you to become aware of what others want and what the culture dictates will make you happy may not be what's best for you. Don't get caught up in outside appearances. All that glitters may not be gold, at least not for you. Look beyond the veneer, and you will find the true substance of your life. You deserve nothing less. So it's saying, like, stop doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting the same results. And then to live in the now and stop focusing on the past and trying to figure out the future. And surrendering all that pains you to the divine. So tomorrow we'll be talking about the crown chakra, and that is your connection to the divine, connection to God, connection to the universe. And when it's blocked, you tend to be like overthinking things, and you're just supposed to stop worrying and like let it go and have faith that there is a higher purpose and that there is a greater good in the works. And I'm excited for tomorrow. I was excited for today, but now I'm just all worried about my stupid stink. Hungry ghosts. They don't look like ghosts. They look like fairies. And they're sitting on mushrooms. So I guess stop worrying about the future, which I have been worrying about today because, like I said, I was like redoing my schedule so that people know I'm not going to be able to do massage until probably June, I think. Maybe in the last week of May, because massage is not going to be in the first phase of reopening, which is good because my disinfectant still hasn't come yet. I can't find it. I paid so much money for it. It better come because it was the only disinfectant I could find. I got masks already, and I'm making masks. But here I am worrying about the future, and the card told me not to worry about the future. It's hard not to. All right, so I will see you tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. Wish me luck and hope I don't have to call a plumber because that would suck. And I'm not working and don't have money. So pray to the water gods. My sink is fine. Maybe when I go down there, it'll be drained and it's just a slow drain. All right. Well, have a good day. Um, give yourself a face massage or a face tattoo, and put a journal next to your bed. Have some mugwort tea. I wish I had mugwort. It grows here. Um, has really cool leaves that are all like pointy and they kind of look like fingers, like really long extended finger hands. And the underside of the leaf has this like kind of silvery sheen to it. It grew like it when I lived in Asheville. It grew everywhere, and I used to see it like you'll see it on the side of the road. Um, yeah, check it out. Like Google it, you can see a picture of it. It's pretty cool. If you have some cypress, hang out with diffuse it in your diffuser or put it in your lotion. If you don't have like if you have essential oils and you don't have any carrier oil, first of all, you can use just regular olive oil. But secondly, I also sometimes I'll just put a pump of lotion in my hand and then a drop of oil and just mix it all together. And that way you're able to use it on your body with safely. Um, if you don't have a diffuser or don't feel like diffusing and just want it to carry it with you. But man, I highly recommend these. They are way better than like the ones I used to have when I was a kid. Um, just don't put them on your face if you have to go to the store and get Drano. Um, all right, so have a good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.